Prior to starting with G.J. Gardner Homes, what were you doing?
We were building custom homes, about 3 to 6 a year. We also did remodels, bathrooms, kitchens, all in our local area, and working 12 to 14 hours a day, 6 days a week.
Why were you looking for a change in business?
We were going along and working as best we could, and then the opportunity presented itself to check out and investigate G.J. Gardner Homes and buying a franchise. So we decided to investigate, and we decided to take advantage of the opportunity.
Prior to G.J. Gardner, what time pressures were on your home and family life?
We received a flyer in the mail, and I had stuck it on my desk, sat there for probably 2 weeks, and my secretary said, "You need to look at this again." So I opened it up, read it, and I made a call. I wasn't really looking for, opportunities or anything, but I knew I wanted to change. Before joining G.J. Gardner Homes, we would have people coming into our home and to see, it was like our office, because we really didn't have an office. And now we have, a beautiful office, and we don't have to have people coming to our home to actually come and see us.
Yeah, we had our office actually in our barn next to our house. Remember the guy that came and waited for you for an hour till you got home in our driveway? So now we can avoid that.
Why did you decide to join G.J. Gardner Homes?
A reason that I decided to join G.J. Gardner Homes was the fact that I could have freedom and I could see the opportunity coming. Before, I was pretty much a slave to the business. If I wasn't there, it wasn't going to happen. So this gave me an opportunity that I could train and have people in place that I wouldn't have to always be there. One thing I really, attracted me was the fact that we could have a sale. A customer could come into the office, a salesperson could help them, give them a quote, and the next day go to a contract, and I wouldn't have to be there. And that was an eye-opener.
Also, the support that we get also with, we can call our franchisor with any question at all, and they're very, very helpful. Personally, I like being a part of a family and part of a team, and not being out there on our own like we were, just trying to struggle through every job all by ourselves. Now we have a support system, which is very encouraging, especially when times are tough.
We can call the other franchises. I'm going to build a house. I need help with a quote or a sub. I just call another franchise and they'll help me out, help us out. Or if I need a sub, I don't have one, and I call them up and boom, I have a sub.
How did you feel the first day you opened your doors for business?
After we opened our doors, I felt freedom, that we had accomplished what we had set out to do and buy this franchise and completely get rid of our old business, start this one, and I had a team behind me versus out there all by myself doing all the things, the bidding, the quoting, the sales, the picking up trash on the job at the end of the day. So now I had a team that was behind me.
It was very exciting, but at the same time, it's an anxious time, because now it's time for the real work to begin, which is selling and building G.J. Gardner Homes, which we are. 2 years later, that's exactly what we're doing, and we really love it.
How has progress been since you started with G.J. Gardner Homes?
When we first opened up our doors, it was a little slow starting a new business, but every month, every 3 months, 6 months, you can really see the momentum starting to build and getting more and more sales. I see my other contractor friends that we have, as the market's been really slowing their businesses down, and we're actually ramping ours up. This slow time has really been helpful for us to build. We have the subs are more eager to work, and there's a lot more opportunity out there because our name is out there. We do a lot of marketing, or GJ Gardner does, and that really helps our business.
You know, and we're actually seeing, even as the market has slowed, we're actually seeing a benefit for us in that we have more availability of subcontractors. We are seeing suppliers coming to our doors asking us for business, which is a real big change, and that's a great feeling and very encouraging to us to keep going through even the slower time and look forward to when it starts picking up again, which it has already.
Yeah, because we never had a sub or a supplier coming to our house, you know, wanting our work. We were just little small fries, and now they actually want our business.
Yeah, coming to our door. We were always knocking on their doors. Now they're knocking on ours.
And sales have been increasing, you know, every 3 months, every 6 months. And actually this month we did 4 slabs down, which was something that would have taken me almost a year when we had our old business, and now we did it in a month.
And plus, we signed a contract this past week, and we actually signed a contract just today.
And this is considered a slow period.
What do you like the most about being part of the GJ Gardner Homes team?
The part about of being a family, and I know I said before, I like the family part, not being out on our own, but really there's so much support with the other franchisees and our franchisor. I mean, we can call anytime we run into a problem and get help. And to me, that makes so much of a difference from what we were before. And I've seen a change in Jeff doing his job, and his overall attitude about work is so much better because he also feels that he can depend on a team, and he's not out there all by himself, which is what he did before. He had a big, huge load on his shoulder. Now it can get disseminated somewhat.
Yeah, and I don't have to be there all by myself. I mean, and for me, it's the opportunity that we're going to be able to have something in 4 or 5 years that we can, you know, walk away from half the time and not worry about it, and have, you know, freedom to go do what we would like to do. Travel, see family, fish, hunt.
Or just do nothing together.
Do nothing.
And that's a benefit.
What advice would you give to people thinking about owning a GJ Gardner franchise?
I would say the first thing is make sure you discuss it at length with your spouse. Make sure you're both in agreement. That is crucial. Because even if you're not the spouse working in the office, you're at home maybe or working at a different place, but you still have to support the spouse that's working, because that spouse needs a lot of support as they get the new franchise off its feet. Also, if you have another business, that you have a business when you buy the franchise, don't try to run both businesses. You're not going to be able to give. No, you can't give 100%. And really, the franchise needs a 100% of you, and that's critical to make it a success. That's what we have found.
Yeah, got to jump in with both feet. Listen to your franchisor, call your other franchisees, and ask for help, because they're there. And that's one thing you didn't have before when we were on our own. We didn't have somebody we could call. I couldn't call another contractor down the street and ask him, you know, I have this problem on this house, what do I do? So that's one neat thing we have now.
And don't be afraid to take a chance, because it's really worth it. Just make the decision if you want to do it, make that decision, and then just give it your all, because it's worth it.
What do you see for the future of your GJ Gardner Homes franchise?
What I see in the future is, first of all, and this is exciting to me, is a brand new office. Our first office, which was bigger than what we had before because we really didn't have one, is our new office is going to be 3 times as big,
Bathroom.
with a bathroom, showrooms inside, and more salespeople.
An increase in sales staff, a nicer display, more to display, and also one of the reasons we bought a franchise. One of the reasons was as a retirement possibility, and in the future,
when
who
we're
knows
building
when?
140 homes.
Yeah, we will be able to retire and still have it running. If we were working on our own like we were before, we would have to just work until our end. But now we can look forward to a retirement eventually and still have the business run.
Our next, let's say, trip that we want to take would be to Bora Bora, where our honeymoon was at, and we told ourselves in 10 years we're going to do that. We have 2 more years to do it. So, because we have a franchise, now we can do that.
There's so much opportunity now that we know the process. We've run the business, the franchise, for 2 years now, about 2.5. Once you get familiar with all that, we're really looking forward to maybe buying another franchise, aren't we?
Yes.
And maybe 2 more. We have 2 sons that we're thinking of, each one of them eventually running one on their own, and we have this one, or possibly one running the one we have and a new franchise. So we would like to acquire another franchise eventually, at least one, and water ski. More. Behind my competition ski boat.
Natik.